Hello, this is Daniel from sound.headquarters.inc. Today we're in partnership with Signal Acoustics and their Room Essentials package. Here is this beautiful home gym that I installed for Signal and their client here in the Toronto area. Turned out so beautiful. Here are some nice beauty shot sneak peeks, and we're going to get right into it. So here is the client's home gym. This is the blank slate, blank canvas that we are starting with here in this video. As you can see, no acoustic treatment at all, and the clients were just experiencing excessive echo and reverb, which they wanted to eliminate within their home studio, and they wanted to do so in a way that was also aesthetically pleasing and fully professional. So they reached out to Signal Acoustics, and they recommended their Room Essentials package, which includes full consultation services, full architecture drawings as you see, full plans. This includes all of the specs and details for the install, which makes my life as an installer so much easier. And super stoked to be doing these installs for Signal Acoustics. Stay tuned for many more. So we're going to get started according to those plans. So the first thing we're going to do is get our height off of the ground for our pieces of hardware. And once we have our height off the ground according to Signal's plans, we can set up the laser level. And this laser level is where we are going to be mounting these French cleats. So Signal supplies these French cleats, which will lock into the cleats on the rear side of their acoustic panels. So we simply just need to screw these cleats into the wall along this laser line around the perimeter of the room at all of the specified locations according to the plans. So I'm just drilling a pilot hole through the cleat into the wall to give me some pilot holes in the drywall, which I can drill out with that larger bit, and then drill in those screw-in drywall anchors, and then I can just screw the cleat straight into those drywall anchors. It's as simple as that, just 2 screws, each going into an anchor is plenty strong to hold up these panels. Here is the rear side of these acoustic panels, and here's a little close-up shot. You can see right at the top there where that French cleat will accept. They build that whole upper portion of the panel as a French cleat so that you have some left to right adjustability once you mount the panel as well. So there you can see the panel simply just slides right onto that French cleat, and it's as easy as that. And then you have that left to right adjustability if you need. So now that that first one is up, we got the first few up on that wall, and we can just keep rotating this laser around the room and continue getting all of these cleats up according to the plans that Signal provided. So here's the rear wall. This called for 4 panels, 4 in their opal color and 4 in their blue color. And so we're just following the plans and the renderings to make sure that we are installing these panels according to their desired plans and color scheme. And now we are at this last section of the walls in the studio. And one of them that was below the window there was a horizontal panel. So we used smaller metal cleats to mount those ones up. And here's a little sneak peek around the room of most of the panels mounted. And now we just have a few of these smaller panels to mount. And these small ones mount the exact same way. They just use a smaller cleat. So we just adjusted our laser to account for the little bit lower of a height and just follow that same step. We do 2 pilot holes through the cleat, so that way we make our holes in the cleat and in the drywall. Then we drill it out, install our drywall anchor, and then screw the cleat into the anchors. And then your panel is ready to hang. So there is all of the wall panels mounted. Now we are ready to get started on the ceiling. So Christian and I will be tackling the ceiling in this video, and we are using the exact same screw-in drywall anchors alongside these 1/8" quick links and these little screw eyelets, these screw hooks. And those screw hooks will get mounted into the anchors in the ceiling, and they will also get screwed into the back of the panel frames, and then they will lock into the anchors on the ceiling using those locking quick links. So we're going to measure 2 1/4 inches from each point, each corner of the panel to here, and we just screw in our eyelet, our screw hook right there, and I'm lining them up with the long direction of the panel. And you can see we are just doing that for all 4 corners on all 10 of these clouds. So these clouds are getting mounted in 2 equal rows of 5. So what I'm doing is I'm marking on both long sides of the room making sure I have a solid center point to work off of, and then I'm using my laser to span across those points to make sure that I am fully locked in and straight in line for all of my hardware markings running along the whole long span of the room. This is a crucial part of the job because this ceiling clouds, they're not as adjustable as the panels. There's no left-to-right adjustability once we screw these anchors in. So it's very essential that we follow our laser and we measure twice and drill once. And you can see we're just drilling the ceiling out, putting in that screw-in anchor, and then screwing in that screw hook into the anchor. And then we can just place our quick link there. And that quick link, we're leaving the threads open so that it can accept the panel, and then we can lock and thread those screw links down to lock the clouds into the anchors on the ceiling. There you can see all of the anchors are mounted on the ceiling. Now we are ready to begin hanging these panels. So you're going to want to have an extra set of hands and 2 ladders, and it's not difficult, it's just kind of tedious sometimes to get the hooks to slide into those quick links just because the clearance is so small. But once it's in, you just thread it down and it is all locked in. So those clouds are installed, and now the last step to do is just install these little chain covers. This is a little detail touch that Signal likes to do. These are just little plastic, I believe they are shower curtain rod covers, and they just cut to size with the scissors, and then they just wrap around the hardware. So it's just a nice way to hide the exposed hardware. And this panel here was just the last custom sized panel that had to be made to fit that gap between the window and the mirrors there behind their exercise equipment. And that brings a conclusion to the Room Essentials package for this build. Please enjoy some Glamour Shots. This was a very, very nice home to work in, beautiful outcome on this job, and super stoked to do it. We also did a music room in this same house. Stay tuned for that video dropping very, very shortly. And please hit up Signal Acoustics if you are interested in a Room Essentials package for your home or your studio. And if you're in the Toronto area or pretty much anywhere in southwestern Ontario, hit up Signal Acoustics. And even if you're based elsewhere, hit us up. You never know, it might end up happening and end up working out. Signal Acoustics also does design work, architectural work. They do pretty much anything that you need acoustics wise for your studio, so please reach out to them. And if you do end up contracting with them, then they may end up contracting with me to do your install. So it all works out. And please subscribe, like, share, all of that good stuff. I really appreciate you watching. This has been Daniel from Sound Headquarters and Signal Acoustics. Peace out.